The Buddhist. We should all come together if you have questions, I mean, not one by one, yeah? Huh? I mean, was just about to leave, I mean, and then you come, yeah? So what is?
I want to ask, my mind is getting calmer in walking meditation.
Yeah.
And I want to understand some tricks or some things that I can use, that I can focus my attention better.
Yeah.
So, for example, I started walking barefoot because it's a mud path.
Yeah.
So, what are some things that I can do that would help me? I use Anapanasati.
You use Anapanasati. I mean, for walking meditation, I really suggest, when you're at the starting of your walking path, have a look at the end walking path, and then determine just this one path I want to stay with my breath, and then at the end of the path, when you turn around, you stop for a moment and think, have I been with my breath, Normally not, and then just say, this one path I want to be with my breath, So, I mean, it helps you to interrupt, any kind of thought, that go on for a long time, And this way you reach calm pretty quickly, But I promise you, after the third time you turn around, you forget. That's why I have to remind, really stand, look at the end of the path, just this one path, At the end, you do the same thing. You turn around, just this one path. There's no hour, there's no 2 hours or 3 hours. There's just this one path.
And sitting meditation?
Sitting meditation, that is much more difficult. I mean, walking meditation also don't walk slowly. Walk normally or walk fast. If the mind is very busy, walk fast. And then it, the moment the mind gets calm, it walks slower, but never slow, And don't try to be with the foot, I mean, with it because it disturbs, Just be, and with the sitting meditation, then just use foot with breathing in and go with breathing out.
I find I fall asleep after about 20 minutes. It's very difficult to stay awake. So only sometimes am I, like in the night, am I able to stay awake, which is strange because at night I should fall asleep. During the day I should be awake. But I fall asleep during the day, stay awake during the night. So I do it at night.
I mean, then do it at night, I mean, these things will shift, over time, I mean, sometimes we are more able to stay awake at night, sometimes we are more able to stay awake during the day, sometimes because it is hot, we are not able to stay. I mean, find the rhythm, I mean, it does change, it's not always the same. And, I mean, if you can't stay awake, do walking meditation. Then do more walking meditation during the day and more sitting meditation during the night, I mean, it is important to be awake, And doing, if you do sitting meditation, what comes before you fall asleep, What kind of thought, I mean, the kilesas announce, okay, it's calm, I want to go to sleep, And then now they announce it at least 10 times, And you don't realize it, and then you just fall for it. I mean, the moment you hear that thought, or you see that thought, it's getting calm, let's go to sleep. Then you tell them, no, I don't want to sleep, I want to stay awake. And then you're awake as you have never been before. But you have to fight the kilesas. They find all sorts of tricks, I mean, to lure you in. And you see them, I mean, once you don't fall for one trick, then you use another trick, They're very crafty.
It's been 2 hours. Let's go. Let's sit.
Sit somewhere else. And then they say, let's do this, let's do that. I mean, that means, you're already out of your concentration. Whenever a thought comes in, I mean, then it shows you're out of your concentration, out of the mind. And you have to fight with these thoughts. Don't buy in them. Don't get interested in them. You just I'm not interested. I don't want to listen to you. Not in. It does help, yeah? Okay, what's your question?
Well, first off, thank you for having me. I will be staying, if the kilesas don't bother me too much, until the end of January. And I was thinking, do I just focus solely on trying to go for Apana Samadhi, or do I also do some body contemplations at a certain
That
point?
depends on, I mean, if your samadhi is good enough that you can stay being unbothered for 15 minutes, then you can start already doing investigation. Investigation helps, also helps, helps, developing later on samadhi.
Okay.
So all these things, I mean, sila, samadhi, panya, are three columns where we rest our house on. If you don't have enough sila, the house, wobbles there. If you don't have enough samadhi, the house wobbles. If you just rested on one column, it wobbles to every side. So we have to raise them at the same time. Sila is very important. I mean, when you are here, you keep the 8 precepts. That's it. So you have to worry about samadhi. If samadhi is okay, and if you can concentrate for 15 minutes without being disturbed, then go into body investigation.
15 or 50?
15.
15.
That's enough already. I mean, how? 15 minutes, I mean, that's a long time. If you can do that, that's fine. Because we need, I mean, for investigation, we need the same thing as for samatha, We need to focus on one object, without being disturbed. Being the object of the whole body or part of the body, we need to focus on it, We need to be able to visualize it with our internal eyes, in order to ask the question, So the best thing is, to sit long in meditation for 2 hours, to investigate pain. That's where we sharpen our knife. What is pain? You get up, and then the pain is gone. So what kind of pain is that? It's gone. That's what we want. When we investigate pain, we want the pain to go away. We don't want to understand what is pain. I mean, we have all our life, we have been running away from pain, I mean, we are just like these German sausage dogs, the dachshund, You bind a sausage in front of him and some tin cans, and he is always running. He is running from the noise and he is running after the sausage. He never catches anything until he stands still. When the noise stops, and the sausage you can eat. So we are running away from all these unpleasant. I mean, look at your life. You were running away. You were turning your eyes to something pleasant when you see something unpleasant. And we have to completely reverse that. We have to look at all these unpleasant things and put our eyes away from the pleasant things to see them.
One more thing, this is now, I'm almost a week in and samadhi is getting stronger. And I noticed that without having thoughts, I feel the heart is kind of, the area here is kind of more painful than it used to be.
It could be.
Is that a normal thing?
There's a lot of things in your heart. And it's not the physical heart, it's a chitta. The chitta is the center. It's between the lungs and between the heart. And that's why it drives the whole body.
Okay.
I mean, you can actually observe it. How the chitta, manipulates. How it manipulates through the heart and through the lungs. How it manipulates the whole body.
And so when you say drop down to the chitta, like in one of the talks, you say when the breath gets really stops or really fine, you can drop down to the heart. So
it will drop.
Okay.
Not you can drop. That's where you get confused, and that's where you see that your heart is in pain.
Okay.
If it drops automatically, I mean there will be no pain. Then all what drops is the sati that comes from the chitta, yeah, drops back to where it comes from. In the beginning, the sati is at around the nose, together with the concentration. And then once the breath becomes very detailed and there's not much thought and not much memory coming up, then the sati and the concentration split, and the sati goes where it belongs to, where it comes from, but the concentration still stays here.
And it happens by itself.
It happens by itself. Lots of people try to make things. They also control their breath. This is the worst thing. And you see it how to control the breath. The breath should be calm. The breath should be calm. And then we are there to observe how the breath is. We just want to know how the breath is. It doesn't matter if the breath is rough or calm, as long as we know how the breath is. The breath doesn't have to be subtle, and still we can be extremely concentrated. So there's no need to control the breath.
Okay, and one more thing, like if I really put in some effort and really concentrate, I sometimes shake a bit, and I sometimes also have a feeling that I might be doing something with my eyes. I'm not sure that my eyes kind of get...
Yes, that means you're trying too hard,
I'm trying too hard,
I mean, it is where we have to try, we have to put in effort, is to bring the mind back to the focus point.
Okay.
That's where we have to put in all our effort, But if we try too much, to focus too much on this, I mean, headache occurs, all sorts of things occur, then you're wrong. I mean, the focus on the breath is very subtle, you don't need a lot of effort, Where you need the effort is to bring the mind back, Because if it runs out, it loves to be there, And it is very difficult. Let me just think this, Oh, what is coming after this, To bring it back actually to the attention, on the nose, around the nose, That is very difficult. That's where we need the effort. Once it stays there, that's okay. Then just let it observe. You don't have to push it. You don't have to pressure it, It's like, that's why I use the simile for horse, It's like as long as the horse is going in the right direction, you don't push it, It goes wild, it throws you off, But if it goes in the wrong direction, I mean, then you give it a push, that it knows, okay, And once it is in the right direction, you let it go. You go with the, with the feeling of the horse's, steps,
Okay. Thank you.
Just one question. When we start to get really subtle with the breath, I find that this is where I have a lot of trouble maintaining the interest and maintaining the point. And it's like, because it gets very pleasant. And then so I think sometimes, I can leave the curiosity, and then it's like a real battle that's going on.
And that is the second problem that we have. Once we get the results of our meditation, the pleasantness, the pleasant feeling that arises, we constantly try to go to this pleasant feeling. So you have to. The pleasant feeling, is a side effect of our meditation. It's a side effect of our concentration. So, the moment you are staying actually more with the breath and know the breath more, I mean, the pleasantness will increase. I mean, sometimes it increases so much, and sometimes in the beginning it can be over. It can be feeling too much. It's too much, But, just experience it, you will get used to it. It's also sometimes, we feel so much energy, and then we don't know what to do, and this energy then turns into restlessness. We have to control it, We have to stay with the object, And especially when we leave samadhi, we have to be able, to leave samadhi very, very orderly, Not to throw up our eyes, and suddenly open our eyes. Slowly, now coming out of samadhi, there's the breath, there's the feeling, now slowly open the eyes, Not to jump out of samadhi, I mean, that this is that, all the energy that you gathered, is spilled out in an instant, You don't want to do that, You have to develop more the knowingness of the breath. Know the breath? Know the breath. I mean, didn't I tell you? I mean, know the breath when the breath is starting, when it is at its height, and when it's declining. And then know that there's a point between the in-breath and out-breath and out-breath and in-breath where it stops for a moment. Try to catch this moment, get the interest in there. You won't be able to catch that moment, but you can get very close, And the interest in catching this moment is the interest in the breath, actually, So you know every detail about the breath, And then everything else disappears, Try it out,
That was actually one small question that I had, is how do I develop interest in my breath, more interest in.
So, you got the answer?
So, I just try and follow. Sometimes it's a little shaky, sometimes it's clean, and I
just know it,
And I go with it.
Don't follow it within the body, Just follow
just here,
okay,
and how it goes, and when it stops for a second, and then it...
Okay, that keeps the interest,
And
then it can be completely absorbing itself, You don't want to know anything else, Because, I mean, first of all, you're concentrated. In this concentration, some people know, when they have a hobby and they're completely concentrated in their hobby, I mean, they forget the world around them. They don't even know what is happening around them, And that's the same, when we get concentrated on, That's why people have to do these sports, I mean, climbing up, and I mean, being afraid, or driving at 300 kilometers an hour, I mean, because every second they fell, their attention is gone, they crash and die. And that's what, I mean, that's what gives them the joy, but that is from samadhi, of course. So the interest, I mean, the interest in not dying by climbing up, or parachuting, or whatever they do, bungee jumping and things like that. I mean, what do people do, for getting the kick, All what we need to do is getting the interest, And that is completely right, Being at every moment, And you will see, it's just absorbing.
The rest of the world kind of disappeared when I did that.
And then you will see even the body disappears, the feeling, And in the end, there will be only the chitta, the area of the chitta that is, that you still can feel, physically feel, And then the breath stops, and then you jump into the knowingness of no such breath.
I am a little bit afraid because when I'm walking at night, I'm also like, okay, if I disappear, which is probably going to happen much later, but if I disappear, am I going to fall off? Am I going to roll down the mountain? What's going to happen?
No, you don't fall off.
I'll just keep walking by myself?
Just keep. You will never go into Apana Samadhi while walking.
Oh, good.
Only with sitting.
So you cannot calm the mind in that moment?
What?
You can get in samadhi, walking, you not get in samadhi?
Yes. In Upachara Samadhi you can.
Okay.
I mean, you can, I mean, what happens, when you do walking and you get into Upachara Samadhi, after a few hours of walking, I mean, you just sit there and see your walking body there. And walking up. I mean, you separated yourself out, That can happen, that can happen in Upachara Samadhi.
Oh, I felt it like the walking type was like sleeping, like going after.
What?
Around me or something like that.
And that is an illusion that is created, by a tired mind,
Okay.
So then stop, and then start again, Don't worry to stop, I mean, if something is going wrong, don't worry to stop. Start again. We always start anew. There's nothing wrong with starting anew, Even in the last stages, Lungta Mahaprabhu was starting, there's my Buddha, and then he started again, There's nothing wrong, we try to keep on, hold on to something that is not, and we know there's something wrong, you know. Okay, stop, open your eyes, stop, and then start again, yeah? Yeah? Okay?